We're going to take a look at how to rig and operate an MPD for a rescue load lower. But first, let's take a look at how we're going to rig the litter basket. When we talk about a rescue load lower, we're talking about the combined weight of the rigging materials, as well as a patient in the litter and the rescuer attached to the litter. For the purposes of this demonstration, we don't have a rescuer in the litter. We are also eliminating a second belay line just for clarity. If our litter is less than one body's length, or approximately 6 feet from the edge, and in this video we're using this red piece of webbing to identify the edge, we'll need some means of securing the litter so that it can't take an unplanned trip over the edge. And so we've rigged up a quick tether using a cord that's anchored back to a substantial anchor, and just attach that to a litter to keep it from going anywhere. Our main line will be this green rope, and we're going to attach it to the litter ring. We're going to do this with a bowline. Our preference for the bowline stems from the fact that they're easy to untie once weighted. We want to keep small loops, and then we're going to back this up. We can either use a double overhand or prefer the Yosemite finish, as it uses less material. So the MPD has a bunch of different components on it. There's the release handle, which is operated by pulling it out and turning it fully counterclockwise. There is a parking brake. When turned counterclockwise, will lock the device so that the rope cannot pay through. If we flip it over, take a look at the back end, this is the secondary friction post for adding friction. And inside there is a high efficiency pulley which will only pull in one direction. There's a diagram on the back which demonstrates that the load side of the rope should be coming off this end, and that the brake strand comes this way. So it shows you how to properly rig the device. So let's take a look at how we'll actually rig the MPD for rescue load lower. We've already attached our main line to the litter with a direct tie-in using a bowline. We've stacked our rope so that the working end's going to pay right off the top, and we've terminated the back end of the rope to our anchor. We have an anchor in place. Let's look at how we can best rig this. One of the easier ways to rig the MPD is to hold it in your right hand, face up, and then flip it over and open up the back plate. Take the load side, place it on the right, pass the brake strand around the back, and then rotate the back plate closed, flip it back over, connect it to the carabiner and lock it, and then we can easily remove the slack simply by pulling rope through, and because that pulley only works in one direction, it will capture that progress so it's nice and tensioned up. Once we've got the rope rigged through the MPD, we want to pass the brake strand behind the secondary friction post and just lay it right in the side like that. So rule number one with the MPD is we never let go of the brake strand. We're going to lift the lever, rotate it counterclockwise all the way. We're going to do that with just 3 fingers, our thumb, our index and middle finger, in what we like to call the teacup method, or for those coffee drinkers, the espresso method. So we're going to communicate with our rescue package that we're ready to lower. When we operate the release handle, we're going to just use our thumb and 2 fingers to grasp the top of the handle and not grip this way. And the reason being for that is that people with large hands wearing full-fingered gloves, in the event that you need to release that lever to stop the system, your hand will bind up in there. So we're using just our thumb and two fingers, we'll lift the handle up and we'll rotate it fully counterclockwise. We'll communicate with our rescuer. Rescuer ready.
Rescue is ready.
Down slow, and we'll begin to feed rope through as the system is weighted. Should we have to stop, we just release the release lever and ensure that it's depressed fully. That'll hold the system in place. If for some reason we need to work hands-free, we can set the parking brake by turning that counterclockwise. And that'll hold the system, but we want to have a visual as well in case we actually walk away from this. So the easiest thing to do is simply tie an overhand knot. And now anybody who's looking at this can identify that the system has been locked.